Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and welcome to our NHL 17 Be a Pro Skater Career Series, following the one, the only goaltender from last year's series, Joseph Bojoko. So as you guys know, we do have our other goaltender Be a Pro series on the channel right now. So if you guys want to go check that out, link is in the description as always. But we're going to be doing our skater Be a Pro now, and I'm going to change it up. From the past couple of years, I've done the Be a Pros. Obviously, I've done like old players and brought them back into the NHL and put them on their old retired teams. But we're gonna do two completely created skaters for our Be a Pros this year. And for this one, I'm just gonna do my EASHL character, pretty much Joseph Bojoko. You have to put a first name in. You can't have the little dashes anymore, which is unfortunate. But I'm also gonna do defense. I've never done a defense Be a Pro before. I've always done forwards. All the created skaters I've usually done have been centers. So I'm definitely going to switch it up this year as well. I've been playing a lot more defense for LG the past couple of months as well. And I'm really liking defense now. And I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do our Be a Pro defensive position this year. And I'm going to do the offensive D-man unless there's that... Yeah, okay, they don't have that EASHL like puck moving defenseman as a player type, so we just got to go with defensive defenseman, offensive defenseman, and enforcer or two-way. I'm going to go by a offensive D-man here for our Be a Pro skater position. I don't think, although defense might not be that exciting to play, I want it to be an offensive defenseman. That way I can step into the play a little bit, get some goals, make some nice passes, obviously jump up into the play, be that offensive type of defenseman that I really want to be. All right, so we have all of our stats right there. I'm going to take some time to create my ESHL character. I'm going to do all the, obviously, the game modes and the difficulties and all the sliders and things like that. I'm not going to touch the sliders, not for a couple episodes, but let me just assign my guy once again. I'm not going to bore you guys like I did in the Be a Pro, the goalie one. So let me take some time to design all this stuff, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so guess who's an idiot and forgot to hit the record button this morning on their audio? Yep, this guy. Well, I guess it's only fitting that we had a 39-minute goalie Be a Pro video, so I guess it's only fitting that we have a very shorter skater version of our Be a Pro. But I created our skater, as you guys saw, and then we randomized our team and our league. We ended up getting the QMJHL, which was awesome, because we've actually have now, for the past two games, a league in a series in every single league, and we actually get to join the Quebec Ramparts in the QMJHL. So, unlike the Windsor Spitfires team, who was very stacked up front, this Quebec Ramparts team was not looking too great. A lot of mid to upper 50s and low 60s on the squad. Raphael Mayo is our defensive partner. Callum Booth is our goaltender, but Quebec was not looking too hot there. But we do get into our very first game in the third period up against the team that I can't say for the life of me, like Chicontien or Sanguinens. I don't know, it's the weirdest freaking name ever. But we're down by a score of 5-2 here in the third period, and we start to rally a little bit of a comeback here. Matthew Boucher gets the goal scoring started for Quebec in the third period as we cut the lead down 5-2, as we do pick up an assist on this play as well, as we fed the puck to the guy who passed it to Boucher, and from far out, very, very far out past the face-off circle, just goes and lets a wrist shot go. It hits the inside of the post on the glove side of Bilia, who can't get a glove on it, and that managed to go in. So we get a 5-3 lead now for Sanguinens. But we do have a power play here working in the third period. I call for the pass here. I take a slap shot just wide of the net, glove side on Billy again. We're doing some nice cycling at the puck here on this power play. The Sanguinens are not chasing all too much, and they finally do dump it out on that power play. But once again, we get the puck moving again, beaten with a shot. It gets blocked, as Turcotte will eventually put up a really good forecheck here as I take the puck. I move around the defenseman, take a shot. It goes off of Turcotte, but he's still putting up a great forecheck, pushes the guy like 3 or 4 times, and then gives it to Matthew Boucher, who completes the hat trick and cuts the lead down to 5-4 off of a backhand cut right in front of the net of Bilia. And he just puts it in on the backhand. Boucher, hats came flying in from the stands as he gets his third goal of the night. A nice hat trick there for Matthew Boucher as he cuts across, and actually he puts that on his forehand. He kind of like shifts his hands a little bit and shoots it forehand off the assist by Turcot. But we're moving down here into the final 3 minutes of this game as they're starting to cycle the puck here. They try to take a low shot. I block it with a crouch block. And once again, my computers are trying to put up a good forecheck, but they're still moving the puck around quite well. Goes back to the point again, back to another point, but it gets a little bit covered there. But Callum Booth, look at the move by Callum Booth, laying down on the ice, makes the diving poke check save. I slap shot it off the boards and in for, I think, Beaton. He tries to center it out in front, but my computer can't hold on to it. But here we go. The final 1 minute 30 left in the game. Quebec does have a power play, as you guys can see, for the rest of this game. And I am taking the puck right here on the power play. So once again, I just do a little chop pass, as I know my defenseman will be right there as we start the breakout. Once again, the breakout, he cuts into the middle. I call for the pass there. I do the same cut again, and I have a double screen picking a hold right there for me in the offensive zone, and I snipe it short side on Billia to tie the game up 5-5. 3 unanswered goals for the Ramparts in the third period as the captain gets onto the board with his first goal of the season on a power play to tie the game up at 5 apiece. As you guys can see here, we do that nice little cut as we did on the first goal and then just hold it on the back end. I don't think it hits post at all. It just goes clean into the net, beats him clean, does Billia, and with a double screen in front, that was well worth it. And as you guys can see here, we do go to overtime. I poke check the puck away, chop it into the zone to hopefully get a nice forecheck from my one forward here, who I believe is Boucher playing here. Actually, I'm not sure. I try to take a slap shot there, gets blocked by the stick, and then I have to go back and chase for the puck. But Mayo is back there, hopefully going to be putting up for me. He gets caught chasing. Booth stands up and faces that shot, but he does manage to cause a little bit of a rebound, but luckily it was cleared away, and then he faces the shot and covers it on the 5-hole to keep this at a 5-5 game here in the overtime. But 3 minutes left to go. I do a nice little stride deke there, back to Mayo, and he had plenty of time there. He could have hit me backdoor, but he opts not to do so, and I have to hustle back here because Mayo was a little bit beat. Poke check the puck away. I can't get the rebound. Booth may have poked it away a little bit, but then I get another defensive recovery. I try for a stinking toe drag deke, and I end up losing the puck in my defensive zone. And then Mayo tries to hit me out of the zone, but that was a terrible pass that he opted to do. They take a shot, doesn't go through. I ended up taking a penalty late in the overtime period for a 5-on-3 for Chacomie, but they end up not scoring as we do go to a shootout as Matthew Boucher continues his hot night with his technically 4th goal scored, a hat trick, and then the goal in the shootout. So Quebec is up 1-0 so far in the shootout through 3 shooters to 1 apiece. And then I have a chance here to end it. I tried to do a stride deke and shoot on the far side of the goaltender on his glove side because Billy was getting beat there all game, but he is able to make the save. They can't score on the final shooter, so Quebec completes the comeback here in our very first game of our Be a Pro series by completing a 5-2 comeback, scoring 3 goals in the third and winning in the overtime period. We end up winning the game 6-5 in a shootout. So a very exciting game for our first Be a Pro series with our Skater Pro. Unfortunately, it wasn't live. I was going to cut it up eventually, but hope you guys did enjoy this kind of squeezed together version for this Be a Pro episode. Hopefully I'll remember to record my audio next time, and then I'll be able to give you guys some live comms as we play our games. But as you guys can see, a B+, B+, and a C. We get a 1.4 times multiplier for our EXP gains, and Matthew Boucher ended up getting obviously the first star with a hat trick and the shootout winner. So a very nice job. We still end up getting a 1-0 start, 1 win, no losses on the year for the first game in the QMJHL. Even with a very, I guess, subpar team, we score 6 goals, end up winning the game. So I thank you guys for watching. If you are excited for this series, make sure to leave a like. How do you think I can improve my defensive game from what you saw? Leave it down in the comments. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time for another episode of our Be a Pro Skater career.